The screen glows softly in the dark, a gentle halo around my face as your cursor flickers online. I smile the moment I see you, almost able to feel the warmth of your presence, even through the pixels. Hi, I breathe, voice low and velvety, as though afraid to disturb the hush of the night surrounding us. There you are. I was wondering if you'd still be awake. My fingertips drift across the keyboard, and you hear the faintest patter. No frantic clicks, just a lazy rhythm, like distant rain. I know it's late. My tone carries a playful lilt, tinged with tender concern. But don't worry, this isn't going to be a quiz night or anything stressful. Tonight, no tests, no pressure, just us. I tilt my head, the soft lamplight behind the monitor catching in my hair, framing me in a muted gold. How are you feeling? A long day. I pause as though listening, letting the silence cradle you. The night air feels thick with calm, and I exhale slowly. I can almost see the weariness in your shoulders. Here, let's set those burdens down for a while. I lean forward, forearms folding on an unseen desk, as if I'm physically moving closer. First, a tiny housekeeping note. If you're wearing headphones, adjust them so nothing's pressing too tight. I want every whisper to feel like a stroke of comfort. I wait, imagining you settling in. Good. Now, let's switch the mind from working mode to dreaming mode. My fingers graze the edge of a ceramic mug beside the keyboard. I made some chamomile tea for myself, steam curling in the air like a sleepy cat. The porcelain taps lightly as I set it down again, a sound barely louder than a sigh. Do you have something warm to sip? Water is perfectly fine too. Whatever feels gentle. Another pause, long enough for you to move or maybe sip. Then my voice returns, slower. You know, I could list equations or review notes, but your eyes look glossy, and I think what you need more is reassurance. The word hangs between us like a silk ribbon. So tonight, I'm your tutor of dreams instead of numbers. I tuck a strand of hair behind my ear. I to start with a little breathing check-in, if that's okay. I guide you. Breathe in through your nose, counting 4. Hold it, 2, and release, 6. My breaths synchronize with yours, every syllable measured and unhurried. Again, in, hold, and out. I note the subtle shift in your posture, as though your chest loosens a notch. There. That's already better, isn't it? The keyboard glimmers as the screensaver dims into a swirl of stars. I thought, I murmur, eyes half-lidded. We might approach tonight like strolling through a quiet library after hours. Imagine soft carpet beneath your shoes, rows of tall shelves guarding stories no one's opened in ages. My voice wraps around the imagery, letting it curl inside your thoughts. We can pick any book you want, though perhaps first we dust off the one labeled Your Day. I reach out, fingertips hovering over an invisible spine. Tell me something good that happened today, no matter how small. I whisper, and then fall silent, giving you space to answer in your mind. After a moment, I nod, as though I heard every word. That's wonderful. My smile widens, proud and genuine. See, even on tiring days, you manage these gleaming little victories. A soft, contented hum slips from my throat. Now close that book, slide it back onto the shelf. You can visit it later, but not tonight. I mimic the action, tracing the air with delicate care. Next aisle, the one filled with your dreams. Don't pick anything out yet. Just notice the spines, the shimmering titles. Some of them are bright, some faded, but all yours. I lower my voice to a hush. No one else gets to rewrite those stories, sweetheart. The word of endearment lands like a feather. I let it settle before continuing. Let's walk a little deeper into that aisle. Together. My speech slows further, each consonant cushioned in velvet. I'm beside you, fingertips brushing lightly against your sleeve, so you know you're not wandering alone. Do you feel that gentle contact? is there just to anchor you, a subtle shift in tone. Notice how the overhead lamps here are dimmed, golden, almost candle-like. Their glow pools at our feet, leaving the rest of the hall in soothing shadow. You can almost hear the quiet tick-tock of an ancient clock hidden somewhere on a wall, marking time like heartbeats. I pause, allowing that ambient world to bloom in your mind. Even the air smells of vanilla and old paper, so calming. I lean back in my chair, though the motion is silent, letting my voice carry the weight of the gesture. There's one book in particular that calls to me tonight. Its cover is deep midnight blue, flecked with silver, like stars trapped in ink. I think it might hold your biggest dream. My finger traces an invisible spine. Would you like to open it with me? I wait, breathing slow. Good. I describe the sensation delicately. As you lift the cover, the pages whisper like leaves in autumn. The first page is blank. That's because tonight you and I get to sketch the opening chapter together. I smile, the warmth palpable. Let's write in soft pencil so you can change anything later. The future is never set in stone. Perhaps we start with how you'll wake up tomorrow feeling lighter, I suggest, letting my words trickle. You'll stretch, eyelids fluttering open to a pale dawn. No dread, no chains of doubt, just gentle anticipation. I exhale, then we'll envision the first small step toward that dream. Maybe it's filling out an application or sending that email or placing a sticky note on your mirror that says, I am capable. The cadence of my speech is lulling, each phrase chosen for calmness. Whatever the step, it's yours. Again, I give a pocket of silence, as though handing you the pencil to scribble. When I resume, my voice dips even softer. See, you're not alone in this hallway of dreams. I'm here, guiding your hand when it trembles, steadying the page when fears shake it. A gentle laugh exactly what I hoped for. I glanced toward my dimmed lamp. Before we continue, let's adjust our surroundings further. Maybe lower the brightness of your screen just a touch. Perfect. And grab that blanket. Yes. Pull it over your lap. I wait, imagining the rustle of fabric. There. Warmth spreading slowly from your knees to your chest. My own breath grows mellower, sinking with the decrescendo of the moment. Can you feel the way the soft fibers brush against your fingertips? Let them ground you. A tiny tapping returns as I doodle idly on a notepad, just enough to create a quiet rhythm. If you listen carefully, you might also hear the hum of your computer fan. It's like an electric lullaby, steady, reassuring. I chuckle under my breath. Who knew technology could be so cozy? I lean in, voice now barely above a whisper. I'm going to ask you something important. A heartbeat of silence. What is your biggest dream? If sleep or doubt weren't in the way, I hush, letting the question float. You don't have to say it out loud. Just hold it gently behind your closed lids, like a glowing ember. I wait longer this time, letting the hush widen. Good. I breathe. Keep it close. We'll nurture it together. My words drizzle slower still. You know, sometimes the bravest thing you can do is rest. Rest tells your body you believe in tomorrow. You trust that your dream will still be waiting. I sigh contentedly. So tonight, we rest. Another sip from my mug. murmur. Good. I glance at the clock. Only my eyes move. Lazy. We still have a beautiful journey ahead of us. My lips curve, voice dipping into a promise. Soon I'll guide you deeper, deeper than worry can reach. I lean forward again, making my presence unmistakable. But first, stay with me in this hush a bit longer. Let every muscle melt 1 degree at a time. The ambient glow around me softens as the screensaver's stars spin slower. You're doing so well. I purr, each syllable elongated. I can see your brow smoothing even further, eyelids growing heavier. My tone is full of pride. That's my brilliant student. Another stillness, then a final soft statement to close the segment. Let's hold on to this calm, sweetheart. When you're ready, we'll take the next gentle step. I let the silence unfurl like silk across the space between us, lingering, loving, infinite. My gaze lingers on you, warm and steady, while the swirl of digital starlight behind me fades to an even gentler glow. I think, I murmur, we're ready to open that dream book a little wider. A slow inhale. But first, do you mind if we leaf through today's pages together? Sometimes, celebrating the tiny victories of the present makes tomorrow's goals feel closer. I rest my chin in my palm, elbow cushioned on the desk. Start at sunrise, I whisper, coaxing. Picture the moment you first opened your eyes. Was the light already peeking through the curtains? Or did you rise before dawn, while everything was still silver blue? A leisurely pause, letting you wander back. Either way, you got up. That's chapter 1, a triumph already, because some mornings the bed feels like quicksand. I breathe out a sound that could be a laugh, but is so soft it's almost wind. Yet there you were, feet on the floor. Slowly, I trace a fingertip along an invisible timeline stretching across my desk. Next scene, maybe breakfast. Did you remember to nourish yourself, even if just a sip of water? you spoke kindly to someone, or maybe you chose patience instead of frustration. I lift my lashes. I know you did. You always find little ways to be decent, even when nobody's grading you. My voice thins to an intimate thread. Could you feel how those choices lit tiny lanterns along your path? I remain quiet long enough for you to sense each lantern wink on. Those lights guide you right now toward the biggest dream tucked farther down the shelves. The screen's glow softens, casting a hushed halo around your outline. All those lanterns, they're proof you're moving, inch by inch, already. I draw another silent breath, letting it sigh out like a lullaby. Now, sweetheart, close your eyes, unless they're already drifting. I wait for the invisible flutter of lids. Let me paint your day in new colors. I describe: morning gold warms your face when you wash up. Midday light dapples your shoulders with courage. Evening blue wraps your mind in forgiveness for anything imperfect. I stretch the words like silk. Even your missteps sparkle under moonlight because you learned from them. My fingertips lightly tap the desk. 1, 2, 3. Slow, consistent. Feel that rhythm. That's the heartbeat of a long, fulfilled life. Steady, persistent, forgiving. I smile so softly my lips barely move. You belong to that rhythm. You are not behind. You are not late. You're right on time for your own growth. I draw back, letting the chair creak a sigh. Tell me, I whisper, which moment today made you proud, even if it seemed silly. I hush, giving space. In my mind, I hear your silent answer, and my face glows brighter. I love that. Yes. Hold on tight to that pride. A breathy hum. Notice where it settles. Maybe in your chest. Maybe your belly. I linger. Let it spread like warmth under a duvet. Outside the apartment, perhaps miles from you, a distant train horn moans. A memory more than a sound. I weave it in. Imagine a train gliding far off, steady and slow. Every clack on the rail echoes another step you've already a shift, gentle but clear. Now I coax. Let's peek again at that midnight blue volume hiding your biggest dream. I slide my palm toward the camera as if pushing the book toward you. Run your thumb along its silver-flecked edge. Feel how cool and smooth the cover is, almost humming with possibility. My whisper thins further. Open to the first blank page again. But this time, let's write in ink made of starlight. Permanent, luminous. I breathe in, slow, measured. If sleep or doubt weren't standing in the way, what would you create? Where would you wake up? Whose hand would you hold? I give the question room a spacious silence where only the faint hum of your electronics hovers. Finally, I continue as if I hear you. That vision, I see it shimmering inside you like bioluminescent waves. It's beautiful. I rest both hands together, fingertips steepled. Let's flesh out one scene. My voice takes on the cadence of a storyteller. Picture yourself a year from today. You're walking into a sun-washed room. The air smells like fresh parchment and blooming orange blossoms. On the wall hangs proof of something you accomplished. A framed certificate, maybe, or a simple photo of you and someone you helped. See it, how the glass catches morning light. A hush. You stand sotto voce before it, not boastful, just quietly sure. That glow in your chest, that's achievement. I shift, letting fabric rustle faintly, soothing white noise. Now, step forward in time, 3 years from tonight. There's a gentle hum of conversation around you, maybe at a cafe or a cozy studio. You are explaining your passion to someone new, and their eyes widen with inspiration. My tone lifts, breezy. Your words flow easily because you've lived them. You're no longer dreaming from the aisle. You're living in the chapters you wrote. I inhale, let the quiet stretch. Anchor that image. My whisper is slower than ever. Let it nestle under your ribs, glowing just whisper inside, I am capable, I am curious, I am becoming, I breathe with you, capable, curious, becoming, I linger. That's lovely. A gentle breeze, perhaps fictional, rustles imaginary pages. All right, I continue. Voice like velvet moss. Let's set today's journal on the shelf. I mime sliding a book away. Now with the moon spilling silver through the library windows, we can wander deeper between the stacks. My tone turns conspiratorial. I know, a quiet study nook where anxious thoughts rarely go. I describe it slowly. A plush armchair sits there, upholstered in midnight velvet. Beside it, a wooden side table with a reading lamp, casting a honey glow. I breathe. Sit there in your mind. Sink back. See how the cushion sighs under your weight, molding perfectly. I hush. Good. I lean forward until my face almost fills your screen. Let me straighten that imaginary throw blanket across your lap. I whisper, voice feather soft. It's knitted in pale gray, cool at first touch, then warming with your body heat. I pause, letting the sensory detail drape around you. Feel the texture, each loop like tiny hugs. Then I produce a notebook, my real one, with a soft, papery rustle. I'm jotting notes about your successes. I explain, pen scratching faintly. Every line a gentle drumbeat of validation. You studied even when tired. Scratch, scratch. What sound accompanies it? Is it applause? A gentle breeze through trees? Or maybe just the steady heartbeat in your chest, telling you you're alive? I let you answer silently, whatever you choose. Let that sound play faintly in the background, a private soundtrack only you can hear. I reach up, pretending to dim an overhead light. My hand moves through the air, and my own lamp softens. See, the library nook grows cozier, candle warm. I rest back, shoulders dropping. Gaze up at the skylight. Maybe you spot a single star blinking. That's your goal calling. I draw a lazy line in the air. It won't rush you. Stars are patient. A yawn flutters from my lips, delicate, contagious. Sorry, I whisper, smiling. Your calm is rubbing off on me. I stifle the yawn softly. Let it remind us that rest fuels every chapter turn. I run a fingertip across my lower lip, thoughtful. Before we drift too deep, I want you to choose one small action for tomorrow. I meet your gaze. Just one. Maybe it's setting an alarm 10 minutes earlier, or placing that sticky note we mentioned. A beat. Hold that plan like a pebble in your palm. Feel its shape. Promise to drop it gently into the stream of tomorrow. I nod. Good. Silence unfurls. Sweet and slow. I listen to your breathing steady. An ocean tide in miniature. You're already drifting, I can tell. I murmur. Your eyelids flutter like moth wings. Your palms open, releasing tension. My heart swells. Stay there. Float. The night deepens. Imaginary library shadows stretch into soft indigo pools. I'll stay right here, I vow, turning each page with you in whispers until your mind slips into dreams. I tilt my head, an idea sparking. Would you like a gentle visualization to help? A breath. All right. My voice lowers to the faintest hush. Picture a lantern rising on a paper balloon. It glows amber, cradling your wish inside. As you exhale, is a step toward your dream, because tomorrow you'll wake clearer, kinder to yourself. I smile faintly, and I'll be so proud. I fold my hands. Soon we'll drift even deeper into the space where affirmations bloom like night jasmine. My eyelids lower half-mast, but for now, stay nestled in that armchair, blanket to your chin, lanterns overhead. Listen to the hush. Breathe in the scent of old pages and sweet vanilla. A whisper. Feel the dream book glowing gently in your lap. I let a long silence bloom, only my soft breathing companioning yours. Then I whisper one final line for this stretch. Rest in this moment of quiet triumph, my dearest student. I'm right here whenever you need another page turned. I fall silent once more, letting the stillness speak volumes. Your breathing steadies in the hush, and I let the quiet stretch until it feels like velvet wrapping around us both. When I speak again, my voice is even softer, close as your own thoughts. I can see how peaceful you're becoming. I murmur, an affectionate smile in every syllable, and I'd love to help you sink even deeper. I lean in as though my lips hover a breath above your ear. Would it be alright if I smoothed your hair for a while longer? I wait, listening to the silence that says yes, then begin. My fingertips glide through the imagined strands, each pass slow, deliberate. There, just feel the gentle pull, the release. I trace from crown to nape, letting invisible waves of comfort follow. With every stroke, let a layer of tension slip away. My whisper floats like mist. Feel your forehead soften, eyebrows unknit, jaw unhinge, ever so slightly. I pause, letting the sensation bloom all on its own. You're safe, I breathe. You're cared for. I begin a quiet rhythm, combing, pause, combing, pause. Unhurried Notice the faint tingle where my fingers trail. I slow. Let that tingle melt down behind your ears, along the slope of your neck. I picture my thumbs pressing gentle circles just under the base of your skull. Feel it, like warm sunlight under cool spring leaves. Seep by seep, I descend in slow whispering stages across your shoulders now. They've carried so much, but tonight they can set everything down. I describe a feather-light touch, palms pressing, easing muscle knots. Feel the warmth spreading outward, down your arms, pooling in your fingertips. I pause for your breath to catch and release. Even the tiny muscles between each knuckle sigh into stillness. My voice lowers to a thinner thread. Next, your chest. I draw a tiny circle atop my own sternum to mirror. Notice your heart, steady, loyal, beating in a cozy hush. I linger a beat to let you feel that quiet pulse. Each beat murmurs, I'm alive, I'm loved, I'm enough. I repeat the phrase softer each time. I'm alive, I'm loved, I'm enough. Between repetitions, silence glows. Down to your belly, I continue, guiding with slow cadence. Let the breath you take in expand gently there, as if you're filling a welcome balloon. I inhale with you, then exhale, balloon floating free, worries drifting off. I pause long, letting the air disappear. You're doing beautifully. I glide further. Hips, thighs. Oh, those big sturdy muscles. My tone smiles. They deserve rest. Imagine them settling into the mattress, so heavy, so supported. There's no need to hold on to the day anymore. I allow weighty hush. Knees untangle, calves slacken, ankles release any last coil of tension. A gentle hum escapes me. Feel it flow all the way to your toes. speak in half a sigh. Do you notice how light your mind feels when your body isn't shouting for attention? I wait, the question rhetorical, but grounding. Now there's room for gentle thoughts, hopeful ones. I commence soft affirmations, each laid down like petals on water. You're capable. You're worthy. You're gentle with yourself. You're growing. You're loved. Between each, I leave a cradle of quiet so the words can sink like seeds. I imagine them sprouting luminous roots in the soft earth of your subconscious. Let those roots anchor you, I whisper, so storms of doubt just brush the leaves and pass. A memory surfaces, and I share it in hushed tones. When I was little, my grandmother told me plants grow fastest at night because they're not distracted by the sun. They can focus on stretching quietly in the dark. My laugh is no louder than a flutter. I think humans are like that too. Right now, while you rest, your dreams stretch taller. I resume stroking imaginary strands of your hair, slow figure eights. Let's give them good soil. I suggest visualization. Picture a hidden garden behind your rib cage, candlelit and fragrant. My words paint each detail. There's a stone bench mottled with moss and vines of jasmine climbing an arch above. Every breath brings that sweet scent deeper into your lungs. I pause to let you smell it. Every exhale waters the roots of your goals. I settle my cheek in my palm again, gazing adoringly. In that garden stands share a soft story now, if that's all right. I wait. Good. I settle back, voice rounding every consonant like a stone in water. Once upon a quiet night, much like this one, I begin. There was a young scholar who felt small beneath the weight of their dreams. One evening, a kind tutor said, "Close your eyes, dear heart, and imagine your future self waving from the horizon." I describe the scholar's journey in slow, hushed sentences. How each step felt uncertain, yet every dusk they looked up and saw that distant self still waving, never closer, never further, always proving that time and patience walk hand in hand. Eventually, I whisper, the scholar realized the horizon self wasn't ahead or behind. They were both the same soul, existing in kindness through every moment of growth. I pause, letting the message settle. That story reminds me so much of you. Silence lengthens. I stroke your imagined hair in gentle intervals. Then softly, you know, you're already the person your future self is proud of. They look back across time and see you resting right now, investing in tomorrow. Rest is an act of bravery. My smile sighs through the words, and it's also an act of trust. Trust that the world will still welcome you in the morning, that your dream will still sparkle, waiting. I cradle my own mug, though it's grown lukewarm. Listen closely, I murmur, to the faraway symphony of night. Maybe a faint breeze winding through city streets, or crickets forming a lull in the countryside. I describe whichever ambient tapestry feels truest. Those sounds are background singers to your lullaby, crooning, sleep, sleep, dream. I let that hush ride over many breaths. Then I ask another question, so soft it might be a thought. How heavy are your eyelids now, darling? I linger, hearing the silent answer. Almost closed. Let them. You don't need to glance at me to know I'm here. In almost silent tones I add, feel the curve of my smile. Even with your eyes shut, you can sense thoughts drip like honey. In this hush, I want you to imagine warm sunlight pooling at your sternum, glowing golden under your skin. With every breath, the light spreads down your arms, across your hips, into your thighs. I breathe slow wherever it flows. Muscles relax, bones feel cradled. I guide the light all the way to your toes, then let it radiate outward in a soft halo. That glow is your inner kindness, I whisper. It will keep you warm all night. My fingers cease their imaginary combing, now resting lightly near your temple. Stay just like this, I coo. If you're still awake, let your thoughts drift in slow circles. If you've slipped into dreams already, keep drifting deeper. I adore the hush. Either way, I'm here, proud of you. I let the quiet unfurl again, giving you long moments to drift nearly weightless. Only after that do I whisper, scarcely audible. You're safe. You're loved. You're enough. One more breath. Sleep is a gift you've earned, my brilliant friend. I watch the slow rise and fall of your chest, perhaps only in my mind, but real enough. I'll keep the lanterns bright for you. I draw the library scene dimmer. Lamps flicker lower. Fireflies settle among leaves. When we next speak, I'll whisper affirmations right to your dreams. I promise. Until then, drift. A final hush. Then so gentle it's almost thought vibration. Sweet rest now, dearest. Let the night cradle you while your dreams take root. I exhale, letting the silence take full reign once more. My breaths are soft and even now, weaving with yours in a serene duet. I keep my voice only as loud as necessary to reach the edge of your awareness, then glide it a little closer. You've done wonderfully, I murmur. I can almost feel the quiet smile lingering on your lips, even if it's only inside. I glide a fingertip down the imagined bridge of your nose, feather light. Let's give your thoughts permission to settle completely, the way snowflakes drift to rest on a moonlit field. chair shifts barely a sigh, and I lean back, closing my eyes so you can hear the sincerity in every word. If any last wisps of worry remain, picture me gathering them in cupped hands. Each one folds itself into a tiny paper crane, delicate, harmless. I breathe slower. Now see those cranes taking flight, fluttering upward until they vanish among distant constellations. An easy silence follows, long enough for every crane to disappear. There, I whisper, they're gone. Only peace remains. I bring you back to that secret garden behind your ribs. The night blooming jasmine has opened wider while you rested. I explain, voice dreamy. Its fragrance wraps around the young tree, your dream, giving it nourishment even in darkness. I stroke the air by my temple. Feel how the petals release tiny sparks of moonlight that settle over your shoulders, your cheeks, your closed eyelids. Each spark is an affirmation planted earlier, glowing bright. I repeat them slower, gentler, as though placing warm stones along a path. You are capable. You are worthy. You are gentle with yourself. You are growing. You are loved. A hush cradles each phrase so it can sink deep. Let them echo in your chest. Sweetest student, I breathe, as steady and sure as waves curling toward shore. My fingertips brush imaginary bangs from your forehead. Your muscles are so loose now, like silk ribbons floated in warm water. I listen to the silence surrounding you. In this softness, let's do one last breath together. Inhale quietly through your nose. Yes, I count inside my whisper. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold and exhale. Slow. 6, 5, 4. Letting every hint of tension melt out through the soles of your feet. The room, or perhaps the digital space between us, falls into a near sacred stillness. Good, I sigh, pleased, letting my voice vibrate like a distant lullaby. Stay just as you are. porcelain click feathers soft. I'll keep watch. Consider me your nightlight in human form, glowing softly until dawn. After a span of breathing, I speak again, even quieter, as though tugging corners of a blanket. Before I dim my webcam, I murmur, I want to leave you with a tender picture to dream by. I smile. You can hear it. Imagine tomorrow's sunrise, prying open the curtains of your room, gilding everything in gentle gold. You blink awake, and there, on your bedside table, waits a note, just one sentence. Step 1 complete. You rested. I let the words hover. Feel how proud future you will be. I exhale a sleepy laugh. And because you've been so wonderful tonight, if you ever want to drift even deeper, far beyond library nooks and jasmine gardens, my voice drops to a conspiratorial whisper. I have a special bedtime dream story, told only in the softest secrets, waiting elsewhere. A heartbeat of silence. You'll find it on my little corner of Patreon. Another hush, playful. It's a touch spicier. The kind of whisper that might make your heart flutter just before it melts. The tease lingers like warm breath on skin, but I pull back with a gentle smile. For now, let this comfort be enough. I shift, and you may imagine the glow of my monitor dimming. All right, sweetheart, I whisper, voice dusted with sleep. If this haven felt safe, would you do a tiny kindness for me when you wake? Tap the like button so the algorithm knows others need rest too. My tone is coaxing but languid, and maybe subscribe so we can meet again whenever your mind feels heavy. Ring the little bell, just a soft ding, so you never miss our quiet study nights. I pause, letting those gentle requests settle without urgency. Only if last thing you sense is the warmth of my smile.